subscribe our channel, stay till the end of the stories for more twist and turn. Comment us about what kind of stories you like to hear. AITA for telling my husband, I don't want his son in our house. I'm aware that from the title alone makes me the asshole, but hear me out. I married my husband 9 years ago, and from day one I struggled to get along with his then 6-year-old son. I've always considered it to be the normal stepmom issues though, not wanting to replace the real mom but trying to step up. He's never liked me, but I've never let that stop me from trying. I've always included him in family events and vacations whenever possible. I've always done my best to treat him the same as my bio kids. I've told my kids from day one that he's their older brother. Fast forward to current times, I have 7 kids plus the bonus, 8-yo twin girls, 5-yo son, 4-yo daughter, 1-yo triplet boys, and then of course the 15-yo stepson aka bonus son. With the pandemic, I've been under more stress than normal, having to take care of all of the kids full-time, handle schooling, work from home, and keep the house from falling apart. Thanks to hubby's job and his ex's job, they've both been working a lot more, so I've had to take on the 15-yo too. It was pretty normal starting out, but not long after my bio kids acting weird. After convincing them to tell me, they said that stepson had been bullying them and treating them like shit. I talked to my husband about it and told him to talk to stepson. He did, but nothing changed. In fact, it got worse. I told husband to talk to him again and the same thing, so I told my husband that I'd give stepson one more chance, which went as expected. I told my husband that I no longer want stepson in our home as I felt he was a danger to our kids. I told him that he needs to meet with his ex and work out what to do with stepson, but that I felt he really needed to talk to a professional because there's something wrong with him. I said that until stepson got help and could treat his siblings better, I didn't want him in the house. Husband called me selfish and said that it's normal teenage angst. I told him I don't care if he thinks it's normal teenage angst because I thought it was more serious than that, and I also needed to protect bio kids. So AITA? My husband says I'm the asshole because I'm giving up on my stepson and that I wouldn't be doing that if he was my big kid. Edit, he lives with his mom and with us part-time. He has his own room which the little ones aren't allowed in, even when he's with his mom. I just don't want him in my home bullying his siblings. I would have no problem allowing him back in the house once he's gotten help. Again, I am only doing this so my bio kids aren't bullied in their own house. Edit, a lot of people have been asking what he's doing to the little ones. It's a lot of name-calling but also telling them that they're mistakes and that he wishes they were dead. Edit, this has blown up and I'm trying to reply to every, so please be patient. Update, I wanted to make this update before I went off to bed. Thank you to everyone for your comments. It really made me smile that so many people were concerned about my stepson. When I made my original post, I was still very upset about the whole situation, but I've given myself time to calm down. I will be meeting with my husband and his ex to discuss what needs to be done for not just my stepson but everyone involved. I have known stepson since he was a little kid and have been privileged to watch him grow. We may not get along, but at the end of the day he's still my son and I love him more than words can say. I've been trying to get him into therapy for years because I can tell he's struggling. I just feel like I'm the only one that sees it. It could be because I had my own issues as a teenager, or it could just be motherly instinct, but I have fought for that boy so hard and I will keep fighting for him. The adults in his life have failed him and I'm going to have to live with it, but I would only make things worse if I didn't suck it up and keep going. Thank you, everyone, for your advice and insight. I have taken it all to heart and will be trying to improve the situation. Additionally, several people have brought my number of kids into question, so I'd like to explain that in further details a bit. Growing up, I had a sister that was a year and a half older than me, and when we were 16 and 17 she unfortunately passed. After that, I decided that I would have a big family. I didn't want my kids to feel the loneliness I did when my sister passed. That being said, I only intended on having 5 bio kids, but had triplets. Long story short, the baby factory, and yes, it was a factory, is now closed indefinitely. I will be posting updates because it's clear so many of you want the best for my stepson. I'm gonna go to bed after I reply to a few more comments, but we'll have to leave the bulk for tomorrow. This might be an unpopular opinion, but NTA. You are protecting your children from a bully. And if it's just verbal bullying now, what's to stop it from becoming physical bullying in the near future? Stand your ground and protect the younger children. I'm trying to show my husband that stepson needs to be evaluated because I really do think something else is going on. I would at minimum say that you're NTA for insisting that you can no longer be his caregiver unless he gets a full evaluation, treatment. Your husband can't have it both ways, making you responsible for his son while he's working but excluding you from any decision-making authority regarding his mental health. The bullying behavior is evidence enough that the kid needs a responsible adult supervising him when he's around his siblings, and you can't be that responsible adult if you don't have any input into decisions about how to deal with his problem behaviors. So I would tell your husband that he has two choices: listen to you and get the kid a mental health evaluation so that you can continue to be responsible for him in your home, or make other arrangements for his son's whereabouts at times when your husband personally is not in the home and available to provide direct supervision. Make it not about the son's welcome in the home itself, but about who has responsibility for the caregiving, monitoring and managing interactions with siblings that his son currently needs. NTA. You're homeschooling 7 kids while trying to work from home? If he's actively bullying the other kids, you have to protect them. It's a crappy situation, but one kid can't be allowed to negatively affect the rest. It should be up to your husband and his ex to find a solution, and at 15 their son is old enough to stay home on his own. He may not even want to be stuck in a house with a swarm of younger kids. I know I would have hated being in a situation like that when I was an angsty teenager. If there is bullying, it might even be for that reason he's acting up, wants to go to stay with mom with the pandemic stress, stuck in a house with other 6 kids. He may want to be in a house where it's empty most of the day. You would think that by 15 he would be able to verbalize that he wants to go back to his mom's house because there are so many kids there. NTA. Usually the sub hates bullies, but it looks like they hate stepmothers more. If, years and years from now, one of your bio kids was to post about something involving being bullied by their older brother, this sub would rip you apart for not keeping them safe from him. But because you had the audacity to marry his father, you are also in the wrong for trying to protect them from this bully. Because apparently he needs to be coddled and allowed to bully 8 and 5-year-olds because reasons. Your kids deserve to be protected and not have to be bullied at home. Normally the sub would be going on about the long-term emotional effects of bullying, especially when it's done at such a young age. So ignore everyone who wants to paint you as the wicked stepmother for not wanting a 15-year-old to bully a 5-year-old. I'm trying to do right by all of them, but it's hard to do when I have no legal responsibility over one of them. I've also noticed step-parents getting a lot of probably undeserved grief. Your comments are spot on. I don't see how asking for your stepson to get help is giving up on him. I'm going to say NTA. I hope he gets the counseling he needs and can reconnect with his siblings. You and me both. I really second this one. I've been in therapy for over 10 years now, started when my parents got divorced funnily enough, and it was usually one of my parents' first choices for getting me help. A good therapist is someone that your stepson can talk to about literally any problems he's having and to get an unbiased opinion and advice. My favorite therapists have been the ones who said that is a really difficult thing to go through. You can't change other people's actions, so let's talk about what you have control over in this situation. Getting a kid therapy isn't giving up, it's giving them an outlet. Everyone should have a therapist they trust that they can go to whenever they need to. Therapists have helped me with the smallest of problems. Help, I don't know how to apply for a credit card and I don't want to bother my parents, to some really fucking major problems. Help, I think I need to admit myself to an inpatient mental health facility for my own safety. Get your son into therapy. Get yourself into therapy. But remember, therapy can only help as much as you're willing to let it. Thanks for listening so far. If story have an update, we will post here. Like, subscribe to our channel for upcoming stories.